What is emotional self-control? The journey to maturity, from attachment to emotional autonomy. Welcome, everyone, to a truly important topic in the journey of parenting and in the development of each of us: autonomy. It might sound a bit abstract, but in reality, autonomy is a wonderful quality that helps us make wise decisions in life, whether big or small. So, how can a person truly become independent and autonomous in a complete and healthy way in their relationships with their loved ones, especially parents? Let's explore together 3 stages in the relationship between children and parents. Experts suggest that the relationship between us and our parents typically goes through 3 main stages, like rungs on the ladder of maturity. Let's imagine each of these rungs together. The first rung, the stage of symbiosis towards attachment. This is the period from when we are born until about the age of 12. At this time, we are like an inseparable part of our parents. Parents are our whole world, the most important people, and their every word and decision seems like unquestionable truth. This attachment is completely natural and necessary for our safe development. The second rung, the stage of symbiosis with emerging conflicts. Moving into adolescence, things begin to change. We start to have our own thoughts and desires, sometimes different from our parents. Complaints, dissatisfaction, and even disappointment may appear. Parents no longer easily fulfill all our increasing demands as before. This stage has a profound meaning. It's a farewell in imagination. We gradually realize that parents are just ordinary people, with both strengths and limitations. This is an important step for us to grow up, become more independent, learn to defend our opinions, what we cherish, and take responsibility for our own actions, instead of always expecting help or decisions from our parents. The third rung, the stage of true autonomy. And finally, we step onto the rung of autonomy. This is when the separation becomes complete. We not only leave the physical family home but also separate psychologically from our family and parents. We begin to rely on ourselves, managing our own lives. This is the time when we discover our unique self, build clear personal boundaries, and most importantly, are no longer governed by our parents' judgments or emotional reactions. We become mature, independent individuals who no longer expect or depend on our parents. So, what is emotional dependence? To achieve autonomy, the attachment process in the first stage and the struggles in the second stage need to occur positively. Because, without attachment, how would we know what separation is? Right? This means that the quality of the relationship in the first 2 stages needs to be well built, despite any difficulties or challenges that may arise. However, in reality, not everyone can achieve complete autonomy. Many of us may get stuck in one of the first 2 stages. So, what is emotional dependence that has such power to hold us back? Emotional dependence occurs when we place another person in an overly important position in our lives, focusing too much on the relationship with them, even when that relationship is not comfortable or satisfying. It's when that person's mood, words, and desires have too much influence on us. We feel responsible for their emotional or physical state, living according to their expectations, trying to please them, or conversely, we try to fiercely protect ourselves by constantly contradicting, opposing, or arguing. What does emotional independence bring? To better visualize emotional independence, let's consider an example. Suppose a mother is dissatisfied with her 25-year-old daughter and criticizes her. An emotionally dependent daughter might feel ashamed, guilty, or immediately react harshly, even if she knows she's right. But an emotionally independent daughter would be different. She might not feel guilty or resentful towards her mother. Perhaps, she would only feel regret or sympathy because her mother is experiencing negative emotions. The important thing here is that the daughter's own emotional world was not affected by her mother's criticism. The mother's dissatisfaction does not become a tragedy, not a trigger leading to conflict, and does not harm the daughter's self-esteem. Separating from parents, limiting their influence and intervention in your life does not mean breaking the relationship. In fact, it is re-establishing the relationship, a relationship between adults, based on mutual respect. When we achieve emotional independence, we realize that we have the right not to meet all of our parents' expectations, not to be responsible for family issues, and not to feel guilty if something happens. At the same time, we accept that parents can have demands, criticize, make mistakes, and be imperfect. We are independent individuals with our own thoughts and feelings. Parents are the ones who gave birth to and raised us, our closest loved ones. But emotional separation helps us maintain a healthy and sustainable relationship. Manifestations of emotional independence. When we are emotionally independent, we cherish the people who are by our side at this moment. We love them, and we are grateful to them. But we do not have the need to possess or control them. And we also do not feel the need to bind each other in a negative way. We feel happy and peaceful with that independence. People around us may not like something about us or our lives, but we have the right to choose how to react to that dislike. Each person has their own path, their own values, their own decisions, and the right to make mistakes. We are not aggressive. We do not cross boundaries. We do not believe that anyone owes us anything or that we owe anyone anything. We also do not use each other to fill internal voids or seek meaning for our lives from someone else. We are happy to have each other, in an imperfect but loving and forgiving way. We live, breathe, and still have the opportunity to express gratitude or even ask for forgiveness. This is a two-way process. Children mature and separate. Parents gradually let go and accept that maturity. But even when parents are not ready to let go, we can still strive to achieve autonomy for ourselves. Although it may be difficult, it is entirely possible. And when we have truly achieved autonomy, that is also when we can look back at our parents with the most forgiving eyes. We accept our parents for who they are. We understand the sacred meaning of the words, Father, and Mother, that life has bestowed upon us. We are grateful to them for bringing us into this world. Forgive them for their mistakes, and also forgive ourselves for our own mistakes. Hopefully, these insights will help you better understand the journey from attachment to emotional autonomy. An important journey for building healthy relationships and a happy life.